What was the last thing?
You
what was the last
said
thing?
you were driving, you were on a trip. Every time you go in the back seat, you also come in the back seat.
Each time where I switched seats, he would switch seats too. One of the times we stopped at the gas station, he basically came in and he did it to me and my best friend. So it's like he pulled me to the side and was like, "I'm feeling something in your spirit." And I was just like, "No, what are you talking about?" Then he was basically proceeded to say, "I know you're gay, and I know you don't want your family to know." At the time, I was like in the closet. I feel like everybody that has Caribbean parents know how it is coming up to Caribbean parents. So that was one of my biggest fears growing up. Like, with that being said, halfway through the trip, when the trip was finishing, I fell asleep and I woke up and like his hand.
How old were you? How old were you at that time?
I was around 17.
17.
I was around 17.
Okay. I don't know how to. They're telling me to turn off the comments, but I don't know how to. How do I turn off the comments, guys?
I'm not sure.
Question, no question. How do I turn the comments off?
Honestly, the comments is not bothering me because this is something that, like, if I wanted to speak about this, I could have spoke about this before when it happened. I would have never waited years. My mother just found out 2 years ago. This happened in 2017.
Yeah.
So after that incident happened, I woke up and I seen his hands on me. It was kind of, I pushed him away, and it was like I stayed to myself the rest of the ride.
So just to be clear, you're saying he knew that he knew what you were, and he'd come and try using it. So at the time he knew, but your family did not know.
Correct. With that being said, after that trip, I think we stopped at his house in Delaware, where I think we met his wife or whatever the case is. That day, he went about his way. We went back home, or whatever the case is. A couple months later, almost a year.
They said that you should clear it up. Were you 17 or 16? Because they heard at the time when you met him, you were 16.
I was turning 17.
Okay.
So with that being said, and I said 2016 is when I met him and when I went on the trip.
Right.
The whole incident to where everything happened, it happened later on in 2017 because we seen him again. Yeah. My mom was...
So he molested you in 2017, but you met him in 2016. But you're getting there to the story. We just want to clear that up.
Right. I'm just trying to explain
how
the little things that happened that led there.
Okay.
With that being said, there was an incident to where me and my mom, we fell out and we was talking for like 6 months. One day I got called over to my mom's house because my mom we lived at 2 separate houses. Like, if you know, well, most people that know where I'm from in Brooklyn, where my family stayed at. So I got called over there. He was there. My mom was there. My best friend, a tattoo artist, was there. We was all getting tattoos. I didn't get one or whatever. Because that's the same time my best friend got a tattoo. My mom got a tattoo. With that being said, the night was getting low. And at the time, I guess he wasn't going to drive back to Maryland or wherever he was staying at the time. So he was trying to find a hotel. With that being said, my mom asked me, which at the time she didn't know how I felt towards him. Because after that first incident, I tried to make sure like I always stayed far. I ended up having to basically show him where the hotel was or drive with him to go to the hotel. And he was supposed to basically Uber me back home. We live in Brooklyn, past the hotel in Brooklyn, and we ended up at a hotel in Queens. With that being said, when I got him to the hotel, I was like, okay, so am I going back home now? And he was like, no. As far as like the in-between conversations, like it wasn't much of it because it was nerve-wracking. It was like, I was told to drop you here. Me knowing how it was, or whatever the case is, I necessarily didn't want to be around this dude at all. What made everything kind of transpire is because he told me that he was going to tell my family about me being gay. And for me and my family, that would have probably been the biggest, falling out. It would have been a whole issue. And at the time, I'm 17. I have nowhere to stay for my own, or whatever the case is. With that being said, one thing led to the next, to where it's like I wasn't able to leave or get home until I did what he told me to do. Even straight
so
down
when you got to the hotel, you said you weren't able to leave?
Yeah, we was in Queens at the time. My mom, she had gave him money because she was giving him money as well. So I was the one that had the funds on me.
So your mom gave him the money?
Correct. And I'm gonna just point out, my mom, at the time, still at that time, she didn't know anything that was happening. So one thing led to the next, to the point where it's he did what he did, and I don't know why people would think that I'm lying, because for me to sit here and make up such a drastic story is ridiculous.
What did he do?
Even to the point.
You said he did what he did, but please tell the world what he did to you.
So he raped me, he molested me. It was to the point where it's even before he started it, he was trying to find a condom and couldn't find one, and he reached for a plastic bag.
What?
I don't get how y'all can sit here and say shit like that. First of all, my mom didn't know what was happening. My mom found out. First of all, my mom didn't even know I was gay. My mom didn't find out that I was gay until years after the situation.
Almighty, man. God Almighty. The blood of Jesus is up against that man. I tell you, hey, I said this is a spiritual warfare. I tell you, there's God about the devil, but the blood of Jesus is against that man. He held you down and raped and raped you.
And there's a few things that... So what made me kind of keep quiet about it, aside from my family or whatever the case is, it was his way of trying to keep me quiet about the situation at the time. I think after the situation, he had sent my mother money to give to me. He just went on like it wasn't an issue. He was texting me, still trying to talk to me or whatever the case is. And it was just for me, I was just traumatized that it happened, because, yeah, I'm gay, bisexual, but I didn't ask for this man to do what he did.
So he knew that you were gay or bisexual, and he took that to his advantage because you came from a Jamaican household. Yeah. So he knew you wouldn't want to talk about it.
He knew I didn't want to talk about it, because when we was in that Miami trip and he pointed it out, the whole conversation that was had in that gas station was the fact that I did not want my family to know about it. I didn't tell my mother about it until a year and a half after I came out to my mother. I came out to my mother after COVID, the end of the 2020, 21. And then I didn't speak about that situation until after, and I just spoke about it because growing up, it was stuff to where my mom went through something like that. So when I felt comfortable enough, it was she was the only person I could talk to about it. And I wasn't talking to her about it to sit here and go through all of this. I was talking to her to get it off my chest. See, everybody, if people know that my grandmother, my family that I come from, it is strict. Certain things they don't play with.
No, so I understand. People who's not from Jamaica may not understand, but a Jamaica me come from. So I understand what you mean when you're saying you come from a strict family who would probably be against, who you are. So I understand, I get it. And that's why even me as a Jamaican woman who's always advocating and fighting for my fans who are gay, I'm happy you found comfort in me to want to talk to me about it.
And one of the reasons why I even choose to speak up about it now is because, like I said, I didn't want anyone to know. I wasn't ready to sit here and talk about this. When this came out, the person that called me was a family friend, and what she was speaking, it made it seem like she knew what happened. So I felt a little comfortable telling her, but I didn't know I was being recorded. I didn't know I was going to wake up to my voice all over social media. I didn't sit here and ask for this. I kept that shit to myself for years because I know how it is. Like, people speak up, and the first thing is I'm looking in the comments, it's like, yeah, I'm gay, but that don't mean that's the right for me to be molested or
it's not
raped by somebody. Like,
it's not. It didn't give him any right to rape you, and I'm so sorry you went through that as a child. And I'm so sorry.
My thing about it, while I'm speaking about it now, is because with that recording that's sent out against, because I did not sit there and know that she was recording me. So with that recording and everybody coming up with their own assumptions and dragging my sister and my mother in it, and it's just like, my mother really ain't know. The same people that he just paid to go see my grandmother didn't know until yesterday. I begged my mother not to say nothing because I didn't want to go through this. I'm a very quiet and reserved person, and this is a lot of attention for no reason. And not for no reason, but it's just like, I refuse to sit there and have what was done to me twist and turn and chopped and screwed when that wasn't how it is. He know exactly what he did. And it's like, if he's doing it to other people, why is it so hard to believe that this is something that he did? Like, at the time, he was using my mother for money, so he kept her close. So he was making sure he was in her ear.
I want you to say that, just that one line again. He was using your mother for what?
He was using my mother for money. When she stopped sending the money, he got irritated. And that's around the same time where he was sitting there blasting and going off. Like,
that's what he goes around and do to people. He did the same thing to me. Use you for money.
Anybody that
realize that he's a liar and he's a manipulator and he's trying to use you, then he wants to tarnish you. When he can't have his way with you, he try to tear you down.
And anybody that know me, I didn't do this. I'm not doing this for no recognition or no money. If that's the case, I would have did this when it happened. Everybody that know the family that I come from, my mother got money. My mother loaded. Same reason why he wanted to be around her. The same reason why he wanted to sit there and be close. I just don't like how it was approached, because I feel like if that same person that recorded me would have just pulled me aside and called me and be like, yo, so he did this to a few other people. Like, you feel like you're ready to speak about it? Let me decide what I want to talk about. It's my pain. It's my trauma.
So you kept that pain and you didn't talk about it. It was until the recording that I played with the person that you didn't know.
I woke up and I see the recording all over and people DMing me and this, that, and the third. And it's just like, where is this coming from? And this is exactly why most people don't get up and talk about certain stuff that they go through, because it's always like, you can't put a time when somebody's going to speak up on their trauma and when they was hurt, when they was put in a position where they, and then knowing that you gay on top of it, ain't nobody gonna believe you. Ain't nobody gonna sit there. Like, it took me a time to tell my mother, and it was a process, because first I had to come out and tell her that I was gay. And I did that because I couldn't live with knowing that I don't like when things are used or held above me. Like, I understand what everybody was trying to do with the recordings and stuff like that. I just felt like I should have had the space to properly be able to do this and explain what it was, because I wasn't ready. This recording surfaced months ago. I've been blocking and removing people from my page because my peace is getting disrupted. I had to move. I moved from New York to Florida. When this recording came out, it was in Florida. And when I figured out, somebody mentioned that he lives in Florida, where you think I'm at now? I moved. The whole point is to stay away from this man, to stay off his radar. I have him blocked on everything for a reason.
What has your life been like after he did that to you? Why do you keep moving? Are you still afraid of him? Because I'm here to tell you. Let me tell you something. I'm here to tell you there's nothing to be afraid of. He's a liar. He's a scammer. He ain't no fucking Obia man. He can't do nothing. He's not talking to no spirit. There's one God. Do not let him put no fear into you.
Now that I'm
Don't
older,
let him put no fear into you.
Now that I'm older, I realize what you're saying. But when I was younger, and him prophesizing certain things and predicting certain things or being right with certain things, it made me
predict that you're going to get the strength one day to come out and talk to your truth? Did he predict this?
I don't think he ever thought that I would have came out and said
okay. Don't let him tell you him can predict nothing, because he couldn't predict his own future. He never predicts when he come out on social media and try to go up against me that all of this would have come back around at his footstep. He never predict this. He used what because let me tell you something, I met that man as a pastor. I tell people this already and I don't know if they believe me. Meet him as a Pastor Smith, and he came around me and he tried to manipulate people's mind. All of the people that is picking up for him is because the same thing he did to you, he's doing to them, which is telling them things and they believe it. Say, oh, in my prophet, he can see things I see in the future, in my spirit, in my older man, I want him over me, so them I pick up for him. He uses that as his power. Don't make him make you feel like, say, if he did a prayer to some spirit, what make the spirit can't do nothing for him? Don't make him put a fear in you move up and down and afraid and him can't do nothing to you. God is above mankind. You hear me?
Yeah.
I've never been, I'm telling you, say.
There's people just gotta understand sometimes when it comes to certain things like this, it's a lot more that comes to it than just speaking out. It's the embarrassment that comes with it. It's the shame. It's the hate comments. It's people sitting there telling that you lying. Like,
let me tell you something. I don't know you. I can see the hurt in your eyes. I can see the embarrassment, but there's nothing to be ashamed of, because you were molested as a child. It was something that was taken from you. You didn't have control of it. It was nothing that you did to yourself. But now that you're older and now that you're wiser, now that you're a man, you know what I'm saying? Now you're speaking your truth and you're living in your truth. Don't stay home and make nobody make you sad and depressed. This is your truth. This is your story. So I'm happy that you were willing to tell your story for yourself. The only thing, I'm sorry that you didn't report it, because people like that deserve to be off the streets.
If I would have sat there and reported it, my whole family would have found out, and it would have been sad to say, and it's not a bash against my family, but they really do look at how they're viewed. So not only would it put me on the spotlight, but it would have put a spotlight on my family too.
Wow.
Literally, my grandmother didn't find out this until yesterday. The only person that knew was my mom, and the same person that recorded it, me and my mom, was my mom's friend, and I really thought for me to sit there and open up to her about that, I thought we was on a different level. I didn't expect for this to happen. This was not.
I'm proud of your, big up to your mom, because I'm proud of your mom for supporting you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, from I told her, she's made it easier living with that, because it's easier to relate.
I feel like you still should report it. I feel like if you put it into the law's hand, they will be able to pull the footage from that hotel. I feel like you should still be able to report it.
These simple things like that, footage, camera, all of that can be pulled up.
Yes.
It's a shame that I don't have my other, the phone that I had back then, I don't have it no more. So even the messages between us and stuff like that.
The phone company can't get the message. All of what you're saying, you may not be able to get it back, but once you start that case, everything will come full circle. The police have a way of finding everything. That's not even your worry. Your worry is to make that first move of reporting it.
I just feel like it has to stop. Because multiple people are speaking about the same thing with this dude.
And people
and these are all the people that he's been around. You can't all be sitting here saying the same thing about the one person.
And there's so many other people who's afraid to come forward and speak.
I was scared too. I got forced to come out and speak. I wasn't ready to speak what happened. And I know that I guess I probably made me look bad, but it's what I went through. So it's like, I won't, and I'm not going to sit there and let everybody lie on or try to twist and turn what I've been through. Like, I have no reason to be sitting here and lying. And these stories that everybody coming up with is real far-fetched. Because even as far as my mother in Jamaica, like, when me and my mother went to Jamaica, we wasn't dealing with this man. We stayed on a villa the whole time. It was me, my cousin, my sister, and my aunt that live in Jamaica. The second time when my mother went to Jamaica and she happened to glimpse him in Jamaica, I was living in Miami. She was there with my best friend. I wasn't even around her at the time.
What has your life been like after he molested you? Do you live in fear? Like, do you feel like...
I feel like
how are you mentally? How are you?
The fear part of it only comes when I find out that he's even... Like, if I find out that we in the same state, it bothers me. If I find out that he has access to see my day-to-day, it bothers me. At the time, I couldn't really do nothing but push through. Like, at the end of the day, people that know me that regardless of what I go through, I'm going to still get up and still prosper and still push and do what I have to do.
Our team molested you, so I'm just saying, I hope people who know you and when they see you, they refer to you as a hero because that's who you are. This what you're doing is brave. Ain't nobody gonna come out and put them face on social media and talk, say, oh, a man molested them. So our team molested you, and him feel live in a shame. You know, feel hold on your head and live in a shame. He molested you. RT is the one that should be behind bars, fear rape you at your age. He's a pedophile. We tell people that and never talk about, oh, whatever, but you're living in your truth now. Now you're a hero for all the other people that did, and I hope the other people that he did it to is willing to come out behind you and speak them truth, because I'm more than one person do it too. So don't make no man make you walk and live in a shame, and him should have live in a shame.
It's easier said than done.
That's true.
Like,
that's true.
People don't understand when stuff like that happen, it plays with a part of you, because as a man, like, I'm supposed to stop things like that from happening. I'm supposed to be the person that's not the other way around.
Well, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for making it this far with that happening to you. And I don't feel like you should live in any shame for your truth. This is your story. I don't want to keep you. I know today's Sunday. Do you want to say anything else before we go, or?
I just want, I like my peace. I don't like to be bothered. And I feel like having to talk about this repeatedly, having to go through this over and over again, it puts me back in that headspace. like at this point, I know what I need to do in order to deal with it. I just don't need nobody pushing or forcing me. Like, I want to move on my own speed because it's like nobody's not going to understand how I feel when I get up and I go to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
well, thank you for being so brave. You made the first right move of openly want to talk about it. Because in a sense, I live with it and I eat you out. And, RT is a monster. He's a demon. You are not that person. He must live with him, demon. He's the devil himself from the pit of hell. So do not let that man let you live in fear.
all right.
And I'm proud of you. I know you don't want to even break down on social media because you told me you don't want to. But again, I love you. I don't look at you any different or any less. I love you equally, just the same as would I love any of my other besties or stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here for you. Now you have my number, so we will talk. But publicly, I just want to tell you that you are brave. And anybody see you, that's the energy that they need to give you for being brave to come out and be a voice for the voiceless.
I appreciate it.
I'll call you after this, all right?
All right.
Thank you. There's someone on TikTok named Bino or Beno, I think. Never met him either. But I'm going to use my platform. I'm going to advocate. I have a platform that you wanted. You, RT, wanted my platform for your own evil purposes. But never use it and do God work. You wanted my platform? Okay. And now you're getting it. Look at God. Just look at God. TikTok, God damn, 4,800 out on the sea and look on the whole story. Blam them, big up yourself. Pretty down my boss, oiko. Big up yourself. Right there, so blam them that you need to go live with too. Can we see I'm there on TikTok and say, RT, I tell you if you say you're there with me, you never meet me yet. Me only glad people see, say there's a God and see everything and the truth full circle. And see say him is a liar and him is a wicked. So all of the people that must still come talk about, RT, I want RT because we're not living in fear. We don't need to stop it because of God. Okay? Remember say one God. You can't say that take this thing for a joke thing and think that's how this thing I go. All of all live in fear because of this man. Remember say, God is a jealous God. There is only one God and a two God and a three God. So you can't say that man manipulate, you know. You can't say that. Me never do it, you know. A man run out and try to tarnish me and him tell lie and him spin and him go, but we live to see with the two eye. Say God is above man. That me I tell you. What's the name of that? I just want to big him up. I just want to say I am proud of him. I don't care when another one say because someone on the internet who are hypocrite. When I hypocrite, I don't want to talk the truth. I don't see the truth in front of me. I don't want to talk to a hypocrite. The little boy that hero, whether I don't want to say someone that talk about gay, stand gay, that is not the point of the story. That is not the point of the story. Whether I want to be gay or not, the little boy was molested. So because he was molested by a man and him a gay, when I look at it the same, Great Pen is wrong. Man or woman. You know what they have me on the internet all the time about say me change my story with Danger because when it happened to Danger, she be the take side with. As a woman, you never take side with the man. And me tell her, say, come report it. Same thing when me I tell that person, it needs to be reported. Me tell her to report it, and she never report it. She never report it. Me take my mouth and publicly step on internet and me tell her, say, you need to go report it, and if him rape you, me say, if my baby father rape you, to go to prison. That me tell her, and she never report it. There's no evidence, nothing. She left it. She never reported it. And when the story come out, she act and she turn around for me like me rape her, like I me do something to her. So me now pick and choose no side. Me attack it as it is. Truth is truth. Somebody say we know why she don't want to report it. The truth is the truth. Me don't care who do it. So that's why when she switch her story, me switch my story to come here and say, but the man break here, you don't have a problem. You notice what the man do? That the guy will just come out. Him attack him accuser. Oh, the man break you and you attack me. Le Forbes is a hero. Le Forbes, him is a hero and he should be addressed as such. We're not supposed to see Le Forbes in the street and make him a walk with him head down. We're not to be proud of that man. You know how much it take out of him to come talk a while ago in public space? Do you know how much it take out of Le Forbes a while ago to come out and speak with him face and him image? One of plaster all over social media. Make sure when you put this up and put up the boy where I talk. When you talk, say Le Forbes, he is a hero. Why come out and defend so much of our boys that's being molested? And it happen within the home and somehow you don't want to talk about it. It happen in the home and you don't want to talk about it because you're living in this shame. To people, anybody will come from LGBTQ, you put this shame on them. Like God gonna phone a life to live and God give them for them life to live. When God come, God now ask you, boy, your brother,